And we're on. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Paul Grogan, and I'm going to be bringing you something a little special and a little different. And this is Under Falling Skies. Now, this is a prototype copy of a game that is going to be coming out from Czech Games Edition later this year. CGE have sponsored me to create this video to basically give everybody a sneak preview of this game. As I say, it is coming out later this year. This is a prototype, and today I'm going to be doing a full tutorial of the game, and I'm going to be playing through it as well so that you can see how it is played. Thank you very much to everybody for joining me in the chat. I can't see the chat messages on screen at the moment, but when I switch to the overhead camera, they will be there. I will just have a switch to the chat now just to make sure that you can hear me and see me. If you can't, then please let me know. But hopefully this is all going out okay. So what is this game? Well, this is a solo game. Now, CGE publishing a solo game, some of you might think, oh, well, they're only doing that because of the current situation in the world. It's not true. This game was actually agreed by CGE that they were going to be publishing it, I think, somewhere between 6 and 9 months ago. So it was always part of the plan. But the reason why we're doing a sneak preview of it now is that CGE are going to be making available a print and play copy of this game. I mean, it is already a print and play, but they're updating it with some tweaked rules, and they're creating that as we speak. The CGE team are busy working away at it, and later on this afternoon, keep an eye on CGE's social media. They are going to be releasing all of the files for this so that you can print out your own version of the game and play through it. Let's just check in the chat. Everything is working fine. Audio is good. Right, so a couple of little bits about the game. I mentioned that it was a print and play. It was actually entered into the BGG contest. Let's make sure I get the right one. The 2019 9-card nano game contest, which is a contest with very strict rules where you're only allowed to make a game that has up to 9 cards and I think about 20 other components. And it was entered into that. And here's a list of all the awards that it won. So it won Best Overall Game. It also got first place in the Best Solitaire Game, Most Thematic Game, Most Innovative Mechanic, and it got second place in Best War Game, Best Rulebook, Best Original Artwork, and Best Volunteer Prize. So there you go. It won quite a few awards. It's also been nominated for the Golden Geek Award in the Print and Play category, and also in the Best Solo Print and Play Game of 2019 by the One Player Guild on BGG. So it's a pretty popular game. It was a no-brainer for CGE to say, well, let's pick this up. It's actually designed by a guy called Thomas who works for CGE as well now. So yeah, it was a no-brainer that they would pick this up and they would do it. More on what's going to come in the game later on. But right now, let's switch to the overhead camera and let's crack on with playing the game. So there we go. The chat is working there. The Facebook chat is not working. So if you're watching this on Facebook, the chat should be active as well. Let me just change that. There you go. But the YouTube chat is working as well. Fantastic. Thank you very much to everybody joining in. So here we go. I've set the board up. Now, what you would normally do is you would normally have these cards vertically in a line because the invaders, this is the alien ship here, the alien mothership, is going to be moving towards you. For the purposes of the camera, I've actually got this set up on a diagonal like so. I'm not going to explain all of the rules up front. I'm just going to explain basically what it's about. Alien mothership. These orange bits are going to be alien ships. They'll be fancy 3D printed plastic minis in the finished version. This alien mothership is gradually moving towards this city here, which I'm trying to protect. I'm going to call this the city of Columpton because that's where I live. And this is my underground base. We're trying to survive and to defend ourselves against the aliens. The only way we can win is by developing a special weapon or something in order to fight off the aliens, or some kind of defensive system. And that is represented by this green cube moving along this research track. When it gets to the end, I win. But it's not as easy as that, because the mothership is going to be moving down each round. And if the mothership ever gets to here, then I instantly lose the game. Also, these ships are going to be launching from the mothership and they're going to be moving down these lanes. And whenever they reach the end, I'm going to take a damage. And if my damage ever goes to here, I also lose the game. So it's a case of trying to survive whilst also developing the research to be able to defeat the aliens. Right, okay. Here's how the game plays. The game is played in a series of rounds. Each round consists of 3 phases. I'm just going to jump straight in and do phase 1, which is where we roll these dice. So I've got 3 black and 2 silver. I think these might be black and white in the final version of the game, but I'm going to call them black and silver for now. And you roll the dice. There you go. And then these dice must be placed into my base here. So this is my base here. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see it. And if you imagine that this is divided into 5 columns, so column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I have 5 dice. Every column must have a dice placed in it. Okay, so that's the first rule about placing dice. The second rule is this, again, is a little plastic teardrop at the moment. This is going to be a nice 3D little plastic excavator. I currently have only excavated up to where the excavator is. Okay, so I can only use these rooms at the start of the game. What I'm going to be doing during the game is I'm going to be excavating more rooms which will unlock these special abilities as the game goes on. So they're the two rules on placement. I'm now going to go into starting off playing and explain how it works and the choices that I'm going to make. Right. This is energy, by the way. I have 2 energy. You're going to need more energy during the game. Definitely going to need more energy during the game. But to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this 5 here and I'm going to put it on this room here. Now, this room with the little alien head in, this is the alien research room, okay? Using that room is going to move this green cube up. So I'm going to put that there. Now, high values are good, but they're also bad because I'm going to get to do some research in this room. But every time you place a dice on your base, depending on which column you placed it in, the appropriate ship or ships, if there's more than one, move that many spaces towards you. So I've put a 5 here in this column, which means this ship moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there was something on that space, it would now activate. There isn't, so that's that there, and I've placed that dice. Now, I'll explain what that does when we get to resolving the dice. I'm now going to place, I think, I'm going to place this 4, and I'm going to use this for excavation. So I said you can only place dice in rooms up to the excavator. It's not quite true, because once per round, you can use a die to do excavating, and you can place it ahead of the excavator. And that's what I'm going to do now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not using that room. Any dice placed after the excavator means where I'm going to excavate up to. Now, that's the 4 placed in that column, which means this moves 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, don't worry about this explosion symbol. That's actually a good thing for me, because on the explosion symbols, that's my opportunity to actually destroy the ships. Now then, what am I going to do now? Am I actually going to try and destroy one of these ships? I think I might. Yeah, now I need to be very careful about my energy, because I'm actually using 1 energy for the excavator and 1 energy for this research, and I've only got 2 energy. The only other energy space available to me is this one, and unfortunately that's in that top column, which means I can't place another dice in that column. So I've only got that 2 energy to play with. Okay, well, do we go for that? Yeah, I think let's go for that. There's lots of different ways of playing this game. There's different strategies. I've actually got the designer on the Skype call listening in. He's going to interrupt me if I'm making a mistake. So I can feel him right now biting his nails thinking, Paul, what are you doing? That's crazy. You need energy. But we're going to do this and see what happens. So I'm going to place this die. Now, you notice these grey rooms at the top. Anytime you place a die in a grey room at the top, it doesn't actually do anything for you, but you reduce the pip value by 1 for determining how far the ships move. So I'm going to put this on here, okay, which means this ship only moves 1 space. Am I going to do that? No, I'm actually going to put it on there, which means this ship moves 1 space. Okay, now, the difference between the silver and the black dice, which I haven't mentioned yet. Obviously, when you place a black dice, you place the dice, you move the ship, and that's it. Whenever you place a silver dice, you re-roll all of your remaining dice. There's a lot of choices in this game, despite obviously your rolling dice, is where you put the dice, you've got to work out where the ships are going to move, you've got to put 1 in each column, and you get re-rolls whenever you place a silver dice. So if you don't have the dice you want, you might want to place a silver dice first, just to get your re-rolls. We got a double 5. Okay, now, does that change what I was going to do? Yes, it probably does. Right, now I'm really regretting not taking that energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 5 in this column here, which actually moves this ship 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever a ship lands on a space with a blue arrow like that, it actually moves one space to the next column, if it can. Now what that means is I don't have any ships in this column, so next round I can safely put big dice in that column and nothing moves. The downside is any dice I put in this column will actually move, each ship will move. And because I placed a silver die, I get to re-roll this one, and I want low, really low. That's not really low. Okay, I'll write to CGE and get some replacement dice. So that 5 is going to go on there, and this moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so not ideal, but that is it. That is the dice placement phase done. Now, I'm going to zoom in on my player board, and I'm now going to do the second phase, which is I get to resolve these buildings, these dice, in any order I want. So at this point, I could, you know, if I was using more rooms than I had energy for, I could actually change my mind at this point on what my initial plan was and only use the rooms that I want to use. Any dice placed at the top don't do anything, so they can come off. I am going to just go with my original plan. So I'm going to spend 1 energy to use my excavator. So that goes all the way along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these rooms are now available for me next round. And then I'm going to spend another 1 energy to do research. Now you notice there's a little -1 here. That means this isn't a very good research room. Any research done here, the pip value is reduced by 1. So I've actually only got 4 points of research in this room. But what that means is I can actually move this green marker 2 spaces. And the reason is, if you look, the first space will cost me 3, and then the next space will cost me 1. So because I've got 4 points of research, I can move there and then to there. Okay, that is the research done. That is the end of my phase 2. And now phase 3 is where the aliens get to activate. First of all, the icon which is below this little arrow here, which currently is nothing, would activate and something bad would happen. In round 1, that is nothing. Then this mothership moves 1 space onto here, and if it moves on top of a ship, that ship just goes on there. And then what we do is we respawn any of these enemy ships that I'd blown up or that are now on the mothership. And what you do is you put them so that there is then 1 in every column. Now this column currently doesn't have 1 in because I was trying to be clever, so it didn't quite work, but that now goes there. And that is the end of the first round. So we move to round 2. Let's just have a recap of the situation. We've excavated and we've done a bit of research. We've got no energy, so that's our biggest problem. And the ship's moved quite a lot. So let's roll and see what we get for round 2. Okay, so 2 5s, 2 1s and a 2. Right, learning from my mistakes of the previous round, we need energy. Definitely need energy. It's just, do I use the black 5 or the silver 5? Do I want to re-roll the other dice? That is the question. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the black dice because I want the other silver 5. I'm going to put the black dice there. That means this moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I might just undo that because the ship has landed on a space with a mothership. And what that means is the mothership is going to move 1 space immediately now, which is bad. Because obviously if the mothership gets to here, you lose the game. But the good side of it is that I'm skipping over this bad effect here, which would move my excavator back 1 space. Do I want to do that or not? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I've put that there. That ship has moved to there. The mothership immediately moves to there. Then I'm going to use this other 5, and I'm going to put it in this room here. This is the jet fighter room, or this is where I can activate my defences. And I'm going to put that there, which moves this ship 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, onto the arrow that moves it there. And because I placed a silver die, I'm going to re-roll these. So here's what I'm planning to do this turn. I am planning to use these jet fighters to shoot down some of these ships. Okay, which means I need to get as many of them on the explosion symbols as possible. And we can do that. We can get that one onto there. Can I get that one onto there? I can get that one onto there. Can I get that one onto there? I can. Okay. And I've got this room. This room is now available to me. So I could have put 2 dice in here to get energy. These double rooms only work if you fill them completely. If I only put 1 dice in, it doesn't do anything. So I probably should have thought about that before putting that dice there. We've also got the robot room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could put the 6 in the robot room. Yeah. let's do that. So I'm going to, oh, but then that's the silver dice. So maybe I should place another one first. Where do I have to place? I have to place in this column here. So, okay, I'm going to place this black 2, and I'm going to put it here on this room. So these 2 ships move 1 space. Remember, any die you put, any die you put on the grey room is reduced by 1. So that moves to there. Oops, my headphones are falling out. It's all going wrong today. And that moves to there, and that goes on there. Right. Now we're going to use the 6, and we're going to put it here, which means everything in this column, which is these 2. Okay, so that maybe wasn't the best plan, because I've just moved something across, and now it's moving again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That moves to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That moves to there. And then I get to re-roll this because I placed a silver die. And it's a 2. Perfect. Yes. So I'm actually going to put it here. I have no intention of actually using it for this, but I want to put a 2 there just so that that moves onto there. Okay. Right. So now we go to resolving the buildings. Well, we're going to do the energy first, obviously. So this is 5 value of the dice minus the 1. You see there's a -1 there. So I do that and I get 4 energy. Oh, lovely energy. Right. Then we're going to just remove that dice for nothing. We're going to remove that dice for nothing. And now we're going to activate these fighters here. So this room actually costs 2 energy to use. Very expensive. But what it does is it activates the fighters with a value of 5. And what we do is we look at all of the ships that are on explosion symbols. And this one here is a 3+, and this one here is a 4+. And because I'm 5, that destroys that one and that one. Unfortunately, there's an infinite supply of these alien little gribblies. So yeah, they're just going to keep coming. But that is that dice done. And now we have some robots. So this cost me 1 energy. And because I've used a value 6, it means I get, I know you're wondering what these blue dice were. We've got a value 6 robot. So I can put this robot in any of these rooms here that I want to. And it will basically activate every turn. And it will tick down. So it starts off at 6, then it'll generate a 6 value, then it'll go down to 5, etc., etc. I think I'm going to put this. Oh, do I put it in the energy? Do I put it in the alien research? Do I put it in the fighters? Or do I put it in the double energy room? No, I think I'm going to put it in the single energy room there on its own, right back at the start. Okay, that is it. I paid the energy. We've got a robot. Buildings have been activated. Okay, next. This ability here for the mothership means we get an extra red ship. Now the red ships are different in that when they're destroyed, they go out of the game until you get more red ships, but they're not an unlimited supply like these orange ones. Okay, then the mothership moves down 1, and then we respawn. So these 2 columns don't have ships in, so that one goes there, that one goes there. But these 3 columns do have ships in. So this is where we look at the tie break, and this is another change from the original print and play. Out of these 3 columns, we look at the column where the ship is the furthest away. So that's this one. So that one's going to go there. Okay, that is the end of the round. We now go to the next round. Let's just have a recap. The base is still intact. We haven't taken any damage. We've excavated a bit. Probably need to do more. We've got a robot now generating energy for us, so that's good. We haven't done much research. Remember, the only way we win is by getting this green cube all the way to the end. Right, off we go. Okay, big numbers, which are both good and bad. Right, so that robot's going to be generating 6 energy for us this turn. So that's our energy worries for this turn. We don't have to worry about them. These ships, by the way, when they get to the end, they're going to deal damage. So, you know, we could end the game having taken 4 damage and we're still absolutely fine. But, yeah, you don't want to let it get out of control like it did in my second practice game this morning, where I got all the ships down to here and then just died. I definitely want to do some more excavating, because you need to excavate these later rooms in order to get the big numbers that you need. Are we going to go for it with a 6? If I go with a 6 for excavation, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll move this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all right. That's not too bad for us. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so we're going to use a 6 for excavation there. And that's going to move this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, do we want to use the other 6? Or, I mean, we could get another robot. If I use the other 6 in there, that'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Ooh, yes. I think let's do that. So we'll put another 6 in here. This is getting close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it is on an explosion symbol. Okay, now, do we want to do some more shooting? I think we do. If I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, I kind of want a 3. Now, the other thing with the robots is although there is a dice in that column, it doesn't count as one of my dice. I still have to place a dice in that column, which right now is going to have to go here. Yeah, because I can't go on there, and I've already, this is my excavation dice for the turn, so it's good. Whatever I place is going to have to go on there. So let's do that. Do we put the 2 or do we put the 1? Let's put the 2. So I'm going to put a 2 on the grey room there. That moves this down 1, which moves it to there. And because I've placed a silver dice, I'm going to get to roll here. I got the 3. Why did I need a 3? I needed a 3 because I wanted to get this onto here. Oh, and also I wanted to blow things up. Yeah, I needed a 3 to blow that up. But I also want to, if I can blow some more stuff up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can. Oh, but then that'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. So the other option is that I just move this 3. 1, 2, 3. And then blow it up with a 5. But then if I move that 3, it'll activate the mothership. And I don't really want to activate the mothership. Although, no, I don't. I actually want that effect to happen. I don't want that effect to happen. So, I think we're going to have to blow stuff up with a 3 and re-roll the 5. Yeah. So we're going to put the 3 on here, which moves this down 1, 2, 3, which is fine because that's going to get blown up as well. But because I've placed the silver dice, now this has got to go in the middle column. So I just want, in fact, I want a 3. No, I don't want a 3 because of that. Not a 3. It's a 1. Right. This is actually going to be okay. I'm going to put it on the grey room here, which means they don't move. Yeah. I hope you're feeling the tension, because I'm certainly feeling it. And this is my 3rd game of this today. And yeah, every game feels really, really tense in the decisions you make. Okay, here we go. Let's activate these rooms. First of all, we're going to activate, use the robot. So he generates 6 energy, and then he ticks down to 5. And what you do is you then rotate the die 45 degrees like that, just as a visual reminder that you have used it. Right, then...
Actually, Paul, it generates only 5 energy because there's the modifier.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot that there is a -1 there on the room. So there you go. Live rules help. So there you go. So that's that done. We are now going to spend 2 energy to activate this fighter room here, which blows up that one and that one. There we go. We're then going to spend 1 energy to excavate. So excavation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. I'm happy with that. Another 1 energy for another robot. So where's this other robot going to go? So we're still generating quite a lot of energy. I think you still have to power these robots. So I can't just put this robot in this fighter jet room and it constantly shoot down the fighter jet. I still would have to pay the 2 energy every round. But we've unlocked all these extra buildings here. The danger is, and I've learned this from my previous game, when the excavator gets moved back because of the mothership, as these icons here, any room that has the robot in, the robot will get destroyed. So I probably don't want to put the robot on these ones here. I'm going to put it here. I think that robot is going to do some research for us. Okay, that's me have done the room. So alien mothership, -1 on the research track, which is actually okay, because if you look, that is only a 1. So we timed that right. That moves down to there, and now we get respawning. So that goes there. There's 1 in every column, so this goes on the tie break, where it has to go on an unoccupied space, and it's there. Oh no, it's there. There's an unoccupied column there. Yeah, so there you go. Respawning is done. Now we move to the next round. Michael is in the Facebook chat saying, is this a solo game? So yes, it is a solo game, but I'm going to touch on my thoughts on it as a solo game at the end. So stay tuned to the end and I will tell you. Right, here we go. Right, research is what we need to concentrate on now. We've done lots of excavating and that's good. We are going to lose some excavation from this, but that's fine. We can recover from that. But we definitely need to do some research. Now this robot here is going to do 6 points of research for us, which is going to be, at the moment, that will be the 1 and the 4. If I can do some more research myself, that would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I could get that onto there. I'm a little worried about these ships. Maybe we should do some more fightery shooting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's... Oh, we've got this double research room as well now. But if I use the double research room, I can't also use this jet fighter space here. In fact, this jet fighter space is better because it's +1. So any dice you place here is 1 extra. So I could go there with a 5, for example. Oh, no, I need a 4. It's how can I be most efficient with shooting things down? That's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be generating 5 energy. Energy's fine. It's really tricky choices. I don't want any of the robots. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and push the research as much as possible this turn. And I'm going to place... Oh, if that wasn't a -1, I could have gone there and got that. Ah, that would have been good. Okay, so I'm going to put a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's risky. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a 6 there. So this moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's on this last space here where I can blow it up, but I need a 6 to do so. Which could be the 5 in that orange room. That could be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then that's moving down. What can I do with the other ones? Can I get any of them on spaces where I can blow things up? I still need to put a dice in this column as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could excavate for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's a mothership space. Don't want mothership spaces. And you can be really clever as well with these arrows to try and group things together in the same line. Although, yeah, the downside is they all then move. I think I'm going to have to try and shoot things. I'm going to have to try and get rid of this one. So yeah, I'm going to put the 5 into this room here, which moves this down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not shot me yet, but it's going too soon. Right. Next, I'm going to re-roll these. And I'm going to try and get some more of them on other explosion symbols. Right. Well, I need... Yeah, so I'm going to be shooting everything that's on a 6 explosion is going to get shot this turn for 2 energy, which I'm going to have. So how do I get more of these ships on explosion symbols? 3. I can get one on there. Yeah, I've got a 3. I can use that. And if I put it in here, this will be even more research. If I can put something here, which I can. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's 1, 2, 3, which moves it to there. Silver dice get to re-roll these. Right, so these are now fixed. We have a 2 and a 6. So one of them is going to go in that column, and one of them is going to go in that column. Sorry for this, my headphones keeps falling out. I'm going to put the 2 in. Well, oh, if I do that, that's a lot of research. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's put the 6 in here. So that moves these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, explosion symbol. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mothership symbol. Not nice. I'm going to do it anyway. And then the 2 is going to go in there, which just moves that 1. Okay. Whew. So let's have a look at our buildings. I'm just going to sort out these headphones just for a minute. I'm going to put the other one in because they keep falling down. There you go. That should stop it happening. Okay, so buildings. We're going to have this robot generate us 4 power because of the -1. So it generates 4 power and then it ticks down to 4. So our power is at 6. We have 6 energy for this turn. Let's put that like that. There we go. Now the research. I've got lots of research here. I've got a 9 research, I've got a 5 research, and I've got a 6 research. So I think the best thing for me to do is to spend 1 energy and use this 6 minus the 1 as the 5. And that moves me onto the 1 and then the 4. Then I'm going to do, how much would the 9 be? That would be 7. That would get me to there. I think either way I get to there. Whichever way I do it, I think I get to there. So yeah, I spend 1 energy and this robot here generates 6 points of research. Ticks down to a 5. That moves it onto the 2 and the 3, and the extra 1 is wasted, unfortunately. But then I spend another power with these 2, generating 9 points of research, moving me onto there. Then we've got this dice, which is 5 plus the 1, which is 6, which shoots down that one and that one. Oh, and that one, which gets removed. Didn't see that, but I just shot 3 ships down, including a red one. So that's that one done. And then that's it. Yeah, we didn't excavate this turn, but I think that's okay, he says. Right, mothership. Excavator moves 2 spaces backwards. 1, 2. Then it moves down. And then that goes on there. Okay, so here we go. Next round, I believe. We did lots of research. That's good. We've got 2 robots still working hard away. Oh, we need to respawn. So one's going there. One's going there, one's going there. There's no choice on that one. We did lose some excavator, so we need to do some more excavating. And energy, we're still all right for energy because we got some really good robots at the start. Okay, low dice. Now that one's going to hit us and that's going to take a damage. There's very little we can do about that now. But that's okay. So excavating and research is probably the objective for this turn. In fact, I want to make most use of that 5. So if I can do 2 myself on this space, yeah, okay. Let's have a look at what happens if we use the 6 for excavating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that going to be good? Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Let's put the 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so that's the excavating sorted for this turn. Energy, we've got 3. We're going to be generating another 3. It's going to put us up to 6. We're currently spending 2 of it. So we could get some more energy. I don't think I'm going to be worried about shooting the ships down this turn. I think I might give them a turn's respite and do some more research. But I've got rubbish dice for research. Yeah, they are a bit rubbish, aren't they? Robots are still okay. So we don't need anything there. What I might do is... Now, what I'm thinking about, this ship here, right, whatever dice I place in this column is going to hit me. So I might as well play a high dice value and use the low dice one somewhere else. Now, I've only got low dice, but if I place this 1 and I put it... What don't we want to do this turn? Let's put it here. Okay, so nothing moves. And because I've placed a silver dice, I'm going to get to re-roll. So Gert is in the YouTube chat. You didn't add the energy to your previous energy. Yes, in the new version of the game you do. It's slightly more intuitive. Now whenever you generate energy, you actually gain that energy rather than setting your energy. That is one of the changes for this new version. Makes the game slightly easier, but they're making up for it by tweaking the difficulty in another way. So we've got a 1, a 2 and a 5. Is that now going to help me? Yes, I can definitely put the 5 on here. And that's going to allow us to go there and then there. 5 will become a 4, which is there, and then that will become there. Yeah. So that works. So let's do that. Let's put the 5 there, do some research. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's silver, so I get to re-roll these. And I want low numbers. Oh, in fact, yeah, 1 high number doesn't matter because I was going to put it... Are we happy with the robots? I think we are. I'll tell you what I could do. I could put it there. Now that moves this all the way down, so it basically blows me up. I take a damage, and then this goes back up here ready for redeployment. And then we've got the 4 that's going to have to go in this middle column. There's no point in me putting it on the energy space because you've got to fill the room in order to activate it. There's no point in me going on there. Or is there? Yes, there is actually. Let's go on there and let's move this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said there was no point in me going on there because I was going to use this to blow things up, but actually that costs 2 energy. And that's the only one thing that I'll be able to blow up anyway. So yeah, that's good. Right, that is the rooms done.
And what about the damage?
Damage?
Did you get it?
I did. Yep, I took 1 damage.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, whenever one of these ships arrives at this last space here, your base takes 1 damage. And if you ever take, what is it, 1, 2, 3, your 5th point of damage will destroy the base and it's game over immediately. Right, okay, so resolving the buildings. Let's do this one first. This is 3 energy, putting me up to 6, and that ticks down. That's that done. Now, the order of this research might matter. That's a 4-point research, that's a 5-point research. Does the order matter? No, I don't think it does. So I'm going to spend 2 power, activate both of those. The first research moves me to there, and the second research moves me to there. That dice doesn't do anything. We'll spend 1 energy to do excavation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've excavated all the way to there. I'm going to remove that dice without using it. And then I'm going to spend 1 energy to activate this, which is 4 minus 1. So I defeat anything that's on a 3 explosion, which is that one. Okay, we are done. Research is looking good. Yeah, I'm confident. I'm more confident than I was in the previous game. Let's see what goes wrong now. First of all, this. Minus 2 points of research. Okay, that's not too bad because they're not big numbers. Then that moves down to there. And then we get some respawns, which is there and there. Okay, next round. Off we go. What's our plan? The robots are still doing really well for me. You don't have to use the robots. And if you don't use a robot, it doesn't tick down. If you don't use it, then yeah, it will stay there for next round. Okay, so this room here at the bottom, this is really useful for winning the game because you'll notice this last space requires 12 points of research. Now, you could be lucky and you could get a double 6 and put it on this room here. But generally speaking, you want to try and unlock this room here. Then you can put 3 dice in there and that's how you can get your 12. Which means I'm going to have to do some excavating. I'm going to have to do at least some excavating this turn and next turn whilst also doing some research. I'm going to get free 4 points of research here. I say free. I'm still going to have to spend the energy. So I kind of want 1 myself. and that'll move me to there. The good news is we've passed all of the spaces on here which move back the research track. So my research here is now fixed. Energy-wise, I'm only going to be generating 2 this turn. So that's going to start going down. And ships-wise, I'm not too worried about the ships at this stage. So I think let's do some excavating maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would have to be a 4. No. 1, 2, 3. That could be a 3. Could put a 3 in the middle. Yeah, I think let's do that. Now, if I put something in the middle column, what am I losing? I'm losing the energy. So maybe I don't want to do that. Yeah, the configuration of these buildings is clever. It really makes you think, because you can only put 1 dice per column. So if I start using, if I excavate here, I can't use that or that. So that's those buildings then blocked. And that doesn't seem like a good plan. So I think instead I'm going to use the 3 here on here. And that moves this 1, 1, 2, 3. And it's a silver dice, so I get to re-roll these. Ooh, now. I think we're going to be doing some fightering. Yeah, let's try and do some more fighters this turn and try and blow some stuff up. But we also need to put another dice in there to generate energy, which means I'm probably going to use this fighter space. Or do I use that one? Oh, I can't use that one. No, there's a dice there. So it's going to be this fighter space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Is it worth it? If I put the 6 in there, then I could. Yeah, now we can do it, he says with confidence. The 6 is going in there. This ship comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. I take another damage. Ship goes back ready for deployment. But I think this will be okay, he says. I'm then going to put the 3 in. I'll tell you what, I could have put the 6 in here. Right, let's just rewind that slightly. Where was this? It was, I think it was there. Let me know if it wasn't there, but I think it was there. I'm not going to put that 6 there. I'm going to put it here, because I think that's a better space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Take the damage. That goes up. Yeah, because it's cheaper on the energy cost. Okay, so then I'm going to use the 1. And I'm just going to put this. I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to put it in the tunnel just so that you can see that you are allowed to do that, because I want this to move 1 onto there. Because it's a silver dice, I'm then going to re-roll. And I need, no, that's exactly the same. Rats, I was trying to get that ship onto there. Never mind. I'll put that on there. Is that overkill? No, that's okay. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got this 1, which has to go in the first column. So I'm actually going to put it, oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to put it there, which moves that down to there. Nice. Okay, right, let's resolve our things. So let's take that one off, because that doesn't do anything. This robot here generates 3 energy minus 1, so it generates 2 energy and ticks down. Then we're going to spend 1 energy to use this room for the fighters, which blows up that, that, and that. Nice. I'm not going to do that one. And then I'm going to generate 4 points of research here. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, that's the mistake. Anyway, 4 points of research actually is just 1, because I haven't got enough to get into the next box. It was all looking so good. And then I generate 6 points of energy here, but you max out at 7. So that's a bit of a waste as well. Well, I thought it was going well, but actually it was a little bit inefficient that round. Right, next up, The mothership gets another red ship, red fighter. That moves to there, and then we respawn. So we respawn all of those first, and then that one comes on there. Right, next round. Here we go. Crunch point. I didn't excavate because I'm about to lose one excavation unless I tactically land on a mothership space so that I avoid that. That is playing very dangerously though, because I'm bringing myself closer to the base being blown up. And I still need 11, 15, 17, 29 points of research. Okay. So that robot generating energy isn't going to be doing anything for me. Well, actually, I'll spend the energy first, so it will. Research-wise, 3 points of research at this point now is actually not any good whatsoever unless I can zoom along to here. And I think the rule is with robots, I think you can actually remove them if you don't want them on there, because, yeah, that's not going to be doing anything. I mean, I don't need to use it. So it's not doing any harm. Right. We need to hammer the research. We need to get 11 points of research here, which is going to be big numbers in here, which is going to move these ships down a lot. I also need to excavate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can excavate 5 or 6 and then land on there. That's it for this turn. But these big numbers are causing these ships to move down, which means I'm going to take too much damage. I was confident a couple of rounds ago, and now I'm not sure. Let's have a look what we've got. We've got a couple of 6s. We've got some little numbers. Maybe I shouldn't rush it too much. Maybe I should use this little bit of breathing space here that I've got. And maybe I shouldn't excavate all the way this turn. Maybe I should just excavate a bit. But I definitely need the research. If I don't do the research, if I don't do the 11, then I'm going to find myself struggling to get the last ones, I think. But the 11 is going to require those two on there, which is going to move these ships down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay. He says it's okay. They're very close to me. So I probably want to do something in this column first. Yeah. So let's... Oh, this is the column I need to be worried about as well. Oh, and then there's that. 2, 3, 4. If I put a 4 there, that'll blow up everything with a 5. And let's re-roll the rest. Oh, but then I'm not doing the research. Oh, man. Yeah, I've now got 3 things in my head that I want to do, and I'm going to have to stick with one of them because of the silver dice. They're going to make me do re-rolls. So I think I need to concentrate on this research because this is the only way I can win. And if I don't do it, then it isn't going to work out. So we're going to put a 6 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, I don't want to move this 1, 6 yet because it'll move into there. Unless I then move it 2. Ooh. Oh, I think we've just come across a plan. Yes, I think. If this works. It doesn't work because it's a silver dice. Oh, which means I'm going to have to re-roll. Okay, this might backfire. I'm going to put a 6 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That moves to there. Silver dice, I've got to re-roll these. I don't want to re-roll. I just want the numbers that I had. Please give me a 2. There's a 2. Put the 2 here, which moves... Oh no, it's a 1 I needed. And that's fine, I can put it at the top. Yeah, I thought I miscounted. Okay, let's just think about this. If I put that there, put that... Yeah, okay. So the 2's going on the grey room, which means that moves 1 and that moves 1. I need to blow that up. And I can blow that up by using a 5 here. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gulp. Which means the 3 is going somewhere in the top column. And I think I'm going to put it, I mean, my robots, do I need me other robots? No, I think I'm going to put it there, which moves that 2, which moves that to there. Right, and I didn't excavate. Okay. I didn't excavate. Oh, that's silly. I needed to excavate, didn't I? I can't do that now. No. Possibly messed this up. Needed to excavate and forgot. Right, let's resolve the rooms. So that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. These two together are 12 research, which costs 1 energy, which is the 4 followed by the 7. Then I spend 2 energy to blow everything up that's on a 6 or more space, which is that one, that one. Okay. That isn't enough. And then I can use that to generate 1 energy, and that ticks down. Right. Okay. So, move 1 back on the excavation track. Mothership moves down to there. That goes back on there, and then we respawn. So here we have a choice. I can choose where these go. Basically, there's 4 columns and there's only 3 ships. So which, I don't want to put one in the last column. So I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Yeah, because I think I need to excavate a lot this turn. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Right, okay. Okay, here we go. Couple of rounds left. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Okay, nice. Nice big numbers. Now, I tell you what, I've just noticed something. Oh no, it doesn't work. Oh no, it does. Here's what I've just noticed. I thought I might need to unlock this room, but actually, if I can do research here of 4, moves to there, that's going to do a research of 3, moves to there. If I can put a double 6 here, I win. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because the mothership is 7 spaces away. This might just work. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to go there. No, hang on. I need that there first, don't I? That's going to go there. That's going to generate the 4, then the 2, then the 12. I think I've done this. Nothing comes down. That's going to go there. This moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fine. Mothership moves down 1 automatically. That goes there, I believe. We can get rid of that now. I've still got these 2 to place, but if I place that one there, it moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I put this one there for no movement, okay, Tom's not interrupting me, so I think I've done it correctly. Now let's resolve the rooms. I spend 1 energy to resolve this room for 4 points of research, which moves to there. This robot generates 3 points of research at a cost of 1 energy, moving me to there, and then 1 energy more for the double 6, for the 12. Have I won, Tom?
You did.
Yay! There we go.
It was great fun looking into it.
Was it? I mean, obviously you've played this game a lot. So how did I do? I mean, obviously I won, but was there things I could have done better?
Actually, pretty well. I mean, I'm sorry because I missed a few mistakes because I was paying attention to the chat.
Oh right, okay.
so you
what did I
get
miss?
Some small advantage, but
sorry about that. Right.
But otherwise, it was really good. So
okay,
you
cool.
got to it.
Yeah.
But it was the first difficulty, right? So the first one.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm going to mention. So apologies for making the mistakes. Obviously, I wasn't watching the chat as much as I should have been. But this was the easiest difficulty setting. So if we just set the board up again, and then I'll get onto the questions that I was asked in the chat. Okay, so this is difficulty level 1, okay? It's already quite a challenge, but I think once you're experienced at the game, you should be able to solve it on this difficulty level. If every single one of these boards can be flipped over to the other side, and if you look on the other side, there's a star, and that means increased difficulty level. So if you just want to flip one of the boards over, and you can flip them over in any order. So you could say, right, I'm going to flip that board over and then play again, and it's slightly more difficult. You can even flip over these boards and you get slightly different layouts. And once you've played the game a lot, you can flip all of the boards over and then play on the highest difficulty level that there is. Okay, now this is just for this version of the game. Remember what I said at the start, this is a prototype. This is the print and play version that CGE are going to be, they've got a file almost ready. It will be going live this afternoon, so you can print it out and have a play. What CGE are working on, though, is that they are turning this into a bigger game than what you see here. There is going to be multiple cities. I've heard that there's going to be like 20 different cities that you can be defending, each of which have different abilities on them. There's going to be a campaign built into the game where certain rules will unlock as the game goes on. Obviously, all of the graphics are going to be completely redone. The box cover, this is the prototype box cover. There's a new box cover that I wasn't allowed to show you, but it's Kwanchai Maria that's doing all of the artwork for the game. And from what I've seen so far, it looks fantastic, but it's not finished, which is why CGE don't want me to show you an unfinished piece of work. So a few people have said in the chat, is this a solo game? And here's what I want to say on it. I'd like CGE to market this as a solo multiplayer game. And the reason is, I think this game actually works best with 2 people sitting down together and trying to play it solo together. So it is a solo game, but because a lot of the game is very puzzle oriented, I think personally it works best with, you know, a couple sat down. And some of the demos of this that I've run at UK conventions, I've had 2 or even 3 people sat there working together on actually solving it. So yeah, it's a solo game, but I think definitely you can play this in couples or small groups or anything like that. What else did I want to say about it? Yeah, the print and play version has always been available and free to play, but as I say, hang fire. Don't go onto BGG right now and get the one that's there. Just wait a few hours till this afternoon. CGE is putting the finishing touches to the package, and then keep an eye on CGE's social media. I'll be posting about it as well, and I'm going to put a link in the show notes of this video so that you can go on and get the latest version of it, which is a few tweaks. And they're working in cooperation with CGE's partners. There's going to be other language editions of the game as we go on. Right, let's just have a pop over to the chat, and I'll read through the chat messages later to see to see what mistakes I made. But if you have any other questions about the game, pop them in the chat now. Although there is a 20-second delay on the YouTube, so it's going to be a while before I see them. Oh, Russ is here for Chits and Giggles. Thank you very much, Russ, for joining in. And I did very well. Congrats. Yes, well, even though I cheated a bit. Yeah, well, let's wrap things up. If you've got any questions about the game, feel free to drop a message to me. Put them in the, just add a comment to the YouTube video, and I'll happily go back to you about them. Obviously, there are certain things about the game that I can't say yet because the game is in the development process, so I can't go into some of the details. But I can tell you that from what I've seen so far, it's quite exciting. Solo gaming is a bigger thing now than it was a few years ago. It's obviously a bigger thing even more right now because of what's going on, and who knows how long that's going to last. But the fact that they're turning this game into, you know, a series of campaign games with extra rules that get added on the way, that ticks a lot of boxes for me. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Johnny's saying yes, it would be as good as a 2-player co-op. Yeah, exactly right. And that's probably the way that I'd prefer to play it myself. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you found it useful. Stay tuned for more news and information about this game, and I will see you next time. Cheers all.
Thank you very much, Paul. I really enjoyed it.
Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.